Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing what is in my opinion, the best villain in all four of the Arkham games. Of course, I don't really want to waste your time, so let's just get straight into the video. So as I said, we're only going to be picking one villain per game. So of course that's 4 characters just across the board. So of course, the first game we have is Arkham Asylum. Now, I was considering not using the Joker because, of course, he would probably win in every game. But in my opinion, I think the Joker is undeniably the best in Arkham Asylum. No one else even comes close. No one's saying this. Asylum does have a decent understanding of how some of the villains should be written, and I think that, villains like Killer Croc and Scarecrow would also done pretty well. But of course, the Joker just steals the show, mainly due to the voice acting by Mark Hamill, of course, which of course goes really well with Kevin Conroy as Batman. And of course, just their on-screen, their chemistry and stuff is something that can't be matched with Batman and the other villains. You see, Batman has a very stoic, he always has a stoic sort of persona in front of anyone, including the Joker. But of course, the Joker, being as goofy as he is, sort of makes it a very charming relationship that they have, whereas with the other villains, it's just threatening to eat him and stuff. So for me, Joker is easily the best villain in Arkham Asylum. So now let's head straight over into Arkham City. Alright, so in Arkham City, I had a couple ideas in mind, and I had 4 actually. I had Clayface, Mr. Freeze, Ra's al Ghul, and Hugo Strange. Now, of course, I can't pick all 4, so I did end up going with 1, and I actually ended up being Ra's, and the reason for that is because, 1, his boss fight is awesome, but as an actual character and, stuff to do with, the League of Assassins and stuff, I think that was a really cool plot point. It was something I wasn't expecting when I first played the game. The reason I couldn't pick the other ones, Mr. Freeze has the best boss fight in the game, probably arguably the best in the series, but I feel as if he wasn't on screen long enough, so I just couldn't connect with his character, even though obviously his character has a very sad motive. And I mean that, I don't mean that in a rude way. I mean he actually, has a very heartfelt motive. He's not really a villain, right? But with the other ones, I just didn't really think that they could match Ra's. And again, Joker could be the winner here again, but I think it's Ra's, simply for the storyline that was in the game, that obviously if he wasn't in the game, we wouldn't have the League of Assassins stuff. And I think it's cool. I think it's cool how he needs Ra's, where he needs to do his little trials to actually get a cure, because otherwise he's literally dying right before he gets to Ra's. So it's just it's a very cool story, and I think that he helps contribute to why most people think City is the best game overall, mainly due to its story. Alright, so for Arkham Origins, I've just gone with Bane. Now, I had a couple other ideas, but I think Bane is just clearly the winner, especially when you compare him to the rest of the series, where he's not smart at all and he's just dumb. In this game, he's actually very smart. He's true to the character, comics sort of Bane. He is smart, and that's what makes him such a threat in this game, and easily the best Bane in the series, because in the other games, as I said, he isn't smart. Batman can easily outsmart him, even though he's stronger than Batman. But in Arkham Origins, he's stronger, and you could argue smarter, because he's only been Batman for 2 years, so obviously he's not as prepared. But again, very simple one for me on this one. It has to be Bane. Alright, now, and with Arkham Knight, it isn't going to be the Arkham Knight, it's going to be Scarecrow. Now, Scarecrow is my choice solely because I don't think there's any amazing villains in Arkham Knight, unfortunately. There's some that have their moments, and if Poison Ivy was a villain, I would count her, but in this game, she really goes against that sort of the villainy that she's always had, because when you really look into her character, she isn't a villain. She's sort of like Mr. Freeze, just with very different motives. So I'm going with Scarecrow, mainly because he is very threatening, and he's the most threatening I've probably ever seen him in anything. And even though Batman, you know, technically, right, he beats Batman, right? Like, even though he gets his ass kicked at the end, he gets sucker punched, he still beats Batman, and he reveals to everyone his identity, and I don't think that's really something that we can ignore. Alright, well that's about it for this video. Consider subscribing for more Batman Arkham videos, and I hope to see you in the next one.